Hi guys, my name is Shivram and I'm from Profit Funnel University. In this small video, we will understand a very important concept called item theory of converting your leads. So the whole concept revolves around how to qualify, how to judge, how to score a lead, and then proceed to conversion. So what are the four elements that actually qualifies a lead to be a good lead or a bad lead or a warm lead or a cold lead or any qualifier that you can give. And these four elements I'm going to explain that in a very simple, easy to understand model, and hope that will help you in segmenting, scoring, and nurturing your leads to sales and make a profit. So here I'm sharing a concept called item model of qualifying your leads. So let us assume that this is a square and there are four elements which are equally important. So what are the four elements? First one is the intent. Intent means whether this guy really needs your product and services or not. This guy has a requirement or not. Your lead is the ideal customer or not. Your lead has a demand towards your product or service or not. If they don't have a demand, even if they fall under your target audience, but if they don't have a requirement, you can say, then they are not going to work. Second one is time factor, that they may need your product and services, but that may not be an urgent need for them. So there is no urgency. So time, or you can say urgency here. So if they have intent, but they don't have urgency, it will not work. The third one is the engagement. So how engaged they are with you. They have just filled up a form and you have forgotten them, or you call them after 3 days or 4 days or after 1 week or after 10 days and say that, hey, you had filled up a form and I'm there to talk to you. They said, forget it. Like, and I've already, my requirement is already taken care of. So from the moment they fill up a form to the moment you contact for the first time and you constantly engage them, makes or breaks the entire thing. So if they are engaged, you'll be there in their mind, and actually they'll be listening to you, they'll be interacting with you. The last is the money factor. Let's say they have intent, they have urgency, they are engaged, but if they don't have a budget, they will not buy. These four things are equally important: intent, time, engaged or not, whether they have money or not. So you can say that this is budget or not. If they don't have a budget, they may be your ideal audience, but they may not be your ideal customer. Okay, so these four things together makes or breaks your leads success. So if they have intent, if they have time or urgency, so intent is basically requirement, time is basically urgency, engagement means whether they are interacting with you or not. The last one is the money, the budget. So the item model will help you understand that whether these guys have a requirement or not. So to do this, what we'll do next is we'll create a sheet. So in this sheet, I created a sample Google sheet with formulas and lead scoring technique. So let us delete all this thing and see what is it. So let's say we get a sheet like this, and let's say first lead SRM, that's me. Okay, suppose that there is an intent, there is no urgency, I'm engaged, I have budget. So it is 75%. So this is a formula, you can use this sheet. So lead scoring is 75%, and you can call that a hot lead or a warm lead. Let's say the second person MSR has a requirement, has an urgency, is not replying to your message or are not engaged. You don't know, since you are not talking to him or her, you don't know what is the score. So let's say 50-50 it is. The chances are 50-50 here. Now MRS uh, is having a requirement, has an urgency, has replying but doesn't have budget. Okay, so that is also 75%. SMR has a intent, has urgency, is replying, has budget. So that is your ideal or your dream customer basically. RSM doesn't have a intent. Okay, and since he doesn't have intent, probably you need to engage them. But yeah, let us say zero has budget, said okay, I have budget, but I don't know what is it. Okay, is replying. Time urgency you can't put because that person is not interested in your product as of now. And let's say this person doesn't have time, the intent, doesn't have money, uh, and is not replying to your messages. So it is basically a junk lead. So based on this, you can actually score all of your leads, and your sales team can do all this thing. And what you can identify from this is, for example, this guy doesn't have an urgency. You can create an urgency, telling that how important your product or service is. But this guy has a requirement and urgency, but doesn't have money or budget. So you can still educate them. For this guy, there is no money, so you can offer discount if you can, or you can ask them to do a flexi payment or something like that, or you can just show the value instead of talking about the money. This guy, you should send a payment link. For this guy who doesn't have an intent, doesn't have time or urgency, but is a replying and has money, you have to again show the value. So this formula can be applied, this item formula, ITEM, intent, time, engaged, and money. So this item formula can be applied to score your lead. You can call it a warm lead. It is like a warm lead, still a warm lead. This is a warm lead. This is a hot lead. This is a warm lead, and this is a cold lead. So you can actually, this is junk. You don't need to carry. You don't need to bother about this. For example, this guy have budget but nothing else. You can just call it a cold leads depending on the scoring. So 25% is cold, 50 or 75 is warm, 100% is hot, something like that. So using this method, actually, you can do a lead scoring. This is what we do. And there are many other methods on lead scoring where on different criteria, you can actually judge whether a lead is good or not. And before this is after the lead has come and you are talking to the lead. There is another model which I'll be explaining in another video, which talks about what are the other parameters that you can pre-qualify a lead before you start talking to them, or before you start interacting, sending a WhatsApp, emailing a customized mail, or calling them for a meeting, or calling them on phone. So we'll discuss about the other criteria of lead scoring in another video. If you like this is what we practice, and this is what we'll be discussing in our upcoming profit funnel live workshop on profitable Facebook lead funnel. And if this interests you, you can consider attending this. We're starting this, and you can find the link of the workshop in this video. So thank you. Let me know your comment. And if you want this sheet, I can share this with you. And just message me on any platform you're watching me, and I'll be sharing the video, sharing the sheet with you. Thank you. If you like this, guys, just reply reply item in the comment box, and I'll be sharing this sheet. So this things like this, whenever it comes to my mind, I create templates and SOPs, and I share it with my team, and I use it so that things can be easier, things can be simpler. And if you find it useful, thanks Ashwinji, and you found it useful. So let me know if you find this useful, and I'll send the template. Let me know about this model, apply it in your business, apply it in your lead nurturing, and let me know whether it worked or not. I'm looking forward to get your feedback, and if this video made sense, then do reply, and I'll understand that whatever I shared is used, consumed, and that made some difference in your business. Thank you. Good night. Have a great weekend.